welcome to another session of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. We find our three erstwhile investigators enjoying a meal in the warm, comfortable surroundings of Our House Hotel. This downtown Seattle staple is a somewhat second home to our investigators, where good food, steak sandwiches, and pleasant company are often found. The last of your meals is brought over by the excellent cook, Big Bill, who gives Julian a very quick back rub and a small kiss on the forehead. Don't you all be working too hard now. And he bustles back to the kitchen and the front desk. The three of you, with your meals, beers, or ciders, or possibly mimosas, are ready to enjoy a bite to eat and a chance to discuss what you encountered last time, since you made the bold decision to split the party.
And it went totally fine, and no one is dead yet.
Thank you for adding the yet, because I was about to. So, you may each share what you discovered.
Well, we were able to go visit the Bruno. Well, we were intending to see Mario, and we were actually able to see both he and his wife up at the sanitarium.
It was the Insane Asylum of Washington Territory.
Okay, so it is just a saint. The asylum.
Not a state yet.
So yes, we were able to visit both at the asylum. Mario is terribly disturbed. He kept mentioning. He'll kind of look up to Julian. He said eyes.
Glowing eyes, green eyes, stinking waters, and fire. If that happens to mean anything to you, Sofie. And as Dr. Jensen was saying, we weren't able to get much out of Mario. He's pretty out of it. We did find out, though, that he's now got an aversion to water. Says that he can't go anywhere near it. Has been obsessing about the Bible and has been pointing to passages. I think most importantly, though, was apparently he tried to drown his wife. We got to talk to Gabriella, and she just was going on and on about the terrible presence of evil that was in the house. It was worse to Mario than to her, but even after he was taken to the asylum, she woke up, about a month later, I think it was, and was being drowned in the bathtub by something that she couldn't see. All she could remember was the presence of something holding her under the water. And she did mention that she had an impression of, again, those glowing green flames. So that's what we found out.
So, not quite sure yet how that plays in with what I discovered. I, quite honestly, expected to find active cultists at the church location, but there was no one there. There was a symbol painted on the ruins of the church. The church was burned down some 8 years ago, and there was a rune or a symbol painted on the stones, and the symbol was fresh compared to the ruins, and thus, again, I expected to find activity. But when I went into the church, it was covered in dust, and even the sort of cellar below the church, where one might expect them to be conducting rituals of some sort, was empty and dust covered, and in fact housed a couple of possible church members, more likely cultists down there, their remains, who most likely got trapped when the church burnt down, and they were the debris closed off the stairway. I did find a few things. If you will both recall, there was a mask at the farm where we encountered the brook horse, and it was covered in runes, and it was quite a powerful object.
The one you destroyed, right?
Yes, and this one had already been destroyed. It didn't have any runes. It was cracked, but it does point to some sort of possible similar rituals that they were doing. I'm not sure. Maybe this cult is related to the one that was operating there. There was also a journal. It was almost illegible, about to crumble into bits, but the one thing I could make out was about Walter Corbitt, who it said was interred at the Corbitt House per his wishes. So, could it somehow be his spirit or related to him? I'm not sure. Can we make any kind of...
Oh yeah, you all are absolutely at a point when you can do a learning test.
All right, I'm on it.
Now, again, you only get one learning test as a team, so if you want to leave it to Julian, totally fine.
I mean, I don't want to always do them. Dr. J, if you want to maybe do it this time.
I have, so I'd be rolling 6 dice.
Okay, I'll do it.
2 of them would be these.
Oh, Bill, you get that nonsense off this screen. You take those dice back to hell where they belong.
Oh, is it the cursed ones? Oh, God.
Gross.
Dastardly.
I actually felt a little bit of vomit rise up in my throat looking at that.
Right?
I
Right?
legitimately felt a little bit nauseated.
Dear listener, you can see the obscenity that Bill just put on the screen, and if you could, I would have had to blur it out for you. But they are dice with all the pips in random corners, like a Jackson Pollock painting.
Like somebody just threw up pips onto a dice, and that's where they went.
Mm-hmm. I would rank those dice below toads on my dislike scale.
Ooh.
But they're close, Bill. They're very close. They might be on par with corner bookshelves.
What is your thing with corner bookshelves, you weirdo?
Get your dice, Aaron.
This is the power of my dice. I've derailed us so hard.
Hey, we didn't need your dice to derail ourselves.
Give us credit.
We can do that perfectly well on our own.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just vamping to buy time for Erin to collect her giant handful of dice.
It's only, if I would I need to just keep them out. Anyway, okay. So wait, how many do I get 2 more for them?
No. Because this is just what Sofie kind of knows in her mind, she isn't able to get helping dice on this one.
Okay. She's getting help from her books as usual. As mentioned previously, every time she makes an investigation test, unless it's in dire circumstances, she's getting a book out and looking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Jingle, jingle. 2 successes on 10 dice.
All right. I do hate to ask this question. That is not going to get you all of the information. Would you like to push this roll?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I want to know what's up.
Now she's going to get like 20 successes on 8 dice.
1, 2. That's only 2 more.
All right. 3 was everything that you needed, so you got them. Very quickly, as Sofie begins to cross-reference things, think about what Julian and Dr. Jensen mentioned, it paints a very clear picture of the type of Vasen that you've encountered. Now, it's unusual. You wouldn't have expected this type of Vasen in this environment. But the water, the green eyes, the flames. There's only one thing it could be. This is a will-o'-the-wisp.
Okay. Guys, this is a will-o'-the-wisp.
Now, if a person dies after cheating someone out of land or property, their spirit can become bound to a place and become known as a will-o'-the-wisp, also called a lantern man. It will appear as a small man in gray or green clothes who carries a lantern with a green glowing flame. The will-o'-the-wisp can use its magical lantern to lure unsuspecting travelers into dangerous situations or even to their deaths. While they tend to be found near swamps or lakes, they almost always lure their victims into some form of drowning. Now, the Lantern Man cannot be harmed by any means, and instead must be banished by returning the land it stole to its rightful owner. Turning your jacket inside out can help shield you from the will-o'-the-wisp magic, though. Now, as if it wasn't dangerous enough, anyone who the Lantern Man has drowned will have their soul bound to the creature as its slave. It can send these unfortunates out, even appearing as real humans for a time at night, to speak to people and lure them into the wisp's clutches. The spectral victims can be banished by splashing them with holy water or convincing them to eat or drink something, which will fall through them and make them realize they're dead.
So this is people that the will-o'-the-wisp
That he has lured in and drowned. Mm-hmm.
So obviously I will share all this.
Relay none of this to the party.
I'll close the book and be like, sorry, it's not in here. I'm going back to the library, bye. Yeah, so we have to return the land to its real own. Okay, so the guy that the first owner was Walter Corbitt, right?
Now, given that you got 4 successes and knocked it out of the park with your learning test, and also your Sofie, I will direct you towards what you learned in the newspaper, where you also crushed it on an investigation test. Reading through the clippings that you found, you learned that in 1861, a prosperous merchant named Augustus Peterson built a house on the edge of Broadway Hill, but soon fell ill and apparently sold it to Walter Corbitt.
Okay.
However, looking through some of those old stories and back and forths and lawsuits that had happened, there was a note attached that said there are no records at the City Hall of Deeds for the house ever officially changing hands.
Okay.
So we have to return the land to the Petersons then.
Or at least find the deed.
So less so we have to return the land to its rightful owner, more so we have to correct the wrong that was done.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and ask the question then. How are we going to return a deed? Well, I guess, okay, if the deed is legitimately still the deed, then the deed should still read Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we just need to find...
You just have to do probate. It's fine.
Cool.
I'm joking. Sorry, I used to be in real estate. That was not funny. That was depressing. Please, go ahead.
I mean, so, okay, so we have to find the deed, which we know that Mr. Butterworth told us that he didn't have yet. So it's just a matter now of find the deed. I cast locate object. I mean, that's broad.
Yeah, like now, obviously, we have county records offices where we could go look for that. Would that have been in place then? Or I'm so dumb, we need to go in the house and look through the house and it's probably hidden somewhere.
It doesn't seem like it would be at the clerk, because if it was with the clerk, we would know where it is.
Mm-hmm. So you know for a fact, specifically, you know that there is no record of the deed ever having been filed and changing hands because of that note that was left at the newspaper. So most likely, it's still somewhere in the house.
So how did it go? How did Corbitt create paperwork to sign it over to Mario and his wife if there was no paperwork saying he owned it?
There are multiple people who have moved into the house after Corbitt's passing. You have no idea if these people were trying to just squat in the place or were like, oh, hey, a house and no one's living in it. All right. Seattle is still very much a frontier town.
Right.
So legal precedent tends to fall with, do you have the piece of paper that says you own that? If you don't own it. But if no one's asking for that piece of paper, yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Finders versus keepers. I got you.
Exactly. Finders versus keepers, 1889.
I'm sure there were realtors back then going, oh, well, the guy who really lives here is dead, so nobody will care if I just rent this out and make a commission.
Mm-hmm.
So let's head on over to the Corbitt House then.
Onward!
Now, I do want to point this out, as I feel I would be remiss not to. You spent all day investigating, so it is nighttime.
I mean, even if we take a rest, Brian, something is going to happen tomorrow that is not going to allow us to enter the house until it's dark. I know how you work.
I was willing to let you go during the daytime, but I'll be delighted if you go to the house by night.
That ruins the ambiance. I want it to be dark. We're on an episode of Ghost Hunters. Come on. It's got to be dark.
Ghost Facers.
Oh man, I love Ghost Hunters 1889.
Yeah. However, I would like to use a something or other to possibly get rid of ye old conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Would the break at our house serve as like a short rest kind of a situation?
Well, you know it's a great way to clear conditions? Spending time with your memento.
With your memento. Okay.
Big Bill is my memento.
That is not true, at least per your character sheet.
I was about to ask if we could just get a tableside serenade with Julian and his violin.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
I was about to say, it'll be more or less relaxing depending on which violin he breaks out.
I leave that up to Julian.
I don't. I'm going outside for this.
I pull out the fiddle of the neck, and I say, hey, Big Bill.
All right, everyone. If this is too good, shoot me. As per standard protocol.
Yes! As per my usual request, please shoot me in the face.
But only if I'm playing too good. If I'm playing just good enough, fucking leave tips.
Tips are appreciated.
So yeah, you guys could also have a rest scene here. I think that this would be a fine time that you could recover a condition each.
Cool.
All right, so you are each able to get a little bit of rest. You're able to enjoy some delicious steak sandwiches. And you are all able to recover one condition and then head out to the Corbitt House. Do you send contact to Mr. Butterworth?
I think we
send a runner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we ought to we should.
Yeah.
We said we would.
I don't know if we'll probably decide what we want to tell him beforehand. Something like, because obviously he doesn't I don't know. He did approach us, right? Like he approached Matthias.
Mm-hmm.
So he has an inkling that something supernatural's, going on. But I don't think we're going to like tell him the whole thing. I think we should just tell him, we might have some ideas as to what the problem is, but we need to search the premises to confirm and maybe try to deal with it.
Perfect.
I was going to say, we could just keep it simple enough and say, we suspect the deed's in the house. We're going to go look for it.
He'll be like, no, that's what the last people said.
Do you really have to do this at 10 p.m.? Because we could just do it tomorrow. Like, if you're just looking for a document, it's just...
I mean, he's not going to question how Seattle works.
We do it for the ambiance.
So it's Seattle. It's always dark around here.
Hey, it's always gloomy around here. It's not always dark.
Depends on the time of year. It could be dark.
Although it does take 17 to 25 hours to reach Olala from all directions. It's well known and documented. All right, you guys heading over?
Let's go.
I think so.
Okay. Hello, dear listener. It's your host and game master, Brian. Our investigators are heading out onto Seattle's foggy streets and are about to open up the doors at the Corbitt estate. Whew, I bet they're really wishing they had some backup right now. If only there was another branch of the society nearby that they could call on for some help. Oh, wait! I know just the folks who could be found a little bit north of us up in beautiful British Columbia. The cast and crew of Crit and Fumble. They are the hosts of a number of different actual play podcast miniseries, and they are currently dropping episodes of their brand new show, Vossen, High Society. If you need more Vossen podcasts in your lives, and really, who doesn't, swing on by and give them a listen. Here's the trailer for Vossen High Society, so you know just how cool this thing is going to be.
In the fog-drenched streets of 1800s Victoria, British Columbia, a secretive organization works to investigate mysteries where reality and lore collide. Beneath the grandeur of Craigdarroch Castle, this order gathers those who have been granted the ability to see through the veil and into the world of magic and horror. They are bound by a fragile trust and haunted pasts. They are the Society, sworn to confront the Vaesen, ancient beings of myth and magic that grow discontent as humanity moves away from the natural order and forgets why they respected the old ways. Join us as we descend into tales of folklore and fear, where every ritual has a cost, every secret has teeth, and every character carries a story they dare not speak aloud. Join the Crit and Fumble podcast as we present Vaesen High Society, a gothic horror actual play podcast using the Vaesen system. Look us up on your favorite podcast app or under Crit and Fumble, and check out the website at critandfumble.com.
The house is not far from Seattle's waterfront. Although the plot of land is set atop a very steep hillside. Gulls fly overhead, yet they seem to give the odd house a notably wide area, and none seem to come too close to the property. A 10-foot-tall fence surrounds the home on all sides, and what once may have been a garden has gone to seed in the surrounding yard. Brambles and ivies climb up most everything, and a few drooping, half-dead wildflowers peek out between the sharp thorns. All of the paint has peeled away from the house, leaving the wooden boards exposed, like a creature whose flesh has been stripped away to show the bare bone beneath. There are a few panes of glass left on the second floor, but all the windows on the first floor are completely boarded over. Looking over the house in this moonlit night, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck start to rise. You can't quite explain it, but you feel as though the house were watching you and seeming to dare you to step inside.
So I turn my jacket inside out.
Oh, yeah, that would be a prudent move.
Plot twist, Julian's jacket is just as nice on the inside as it was on the outside.
Well, it absolutely is.
Every single one of them is still reversible.
Has Mr. Butterworth arrived yet?
Yep. After you'd sent word to meet you there, he is pacing back and forth in front of the place.
before we came here, how possible would it have been? I'm assuming there are churches around, aside from the one that burned down. How easy or difficult is it to procure holy water?
Not super challenging. There, in fact, is a church kitty corner to Madame Lou's.
Yes, this one I remember, but we're not next to Madame Lou's, are we?
Not too far from it. It'd be on the way.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, good.
I'd like 5 holy water, please.
This will be trivially difficult, but Phoenix, can you give me a manipulation test?
Yes.
Now Phoenix gets to get his 15,000 dice.
Well, that's actually only 1 success on 10 dice.
Okay. 1 success is going to be enough. You pop in and kind of schmooze with Father Prefontaine for a bit. And he's a little perplexed by the request, but he's willing to let you take some holy water from a sconce.
I take his hand in mine, and I tell him, as a wise man once said, don't worry about it. Sorry, did I say wise man? I believe, sorry, the term is wise ass.
He takes a puff on his cigar. You know, language isn't entirely appropriate for a church.
Yes, I am aware.
As long as you know. Alright, so you have a flask of holy water, Phoenix.
Cool.
Alright, so back on track. You are at the gate. Butterworth is there, smoking a cigarette, looking very nervous. Julian has just flipped his jacket inside out, and it's just as beautiful on the inside as it is on the outside, because of course it is. What are you all doing?
Yes, the outside was a nice royal blue, but the inside liner is just this beautiful swirling paisley.
That's literally exactly what I imagined in my head, that it was like this bold-colored paisley on the inside. And now he looks even more fabulous.
Hard to believe, I know. So I guess we go in and we look for a piece of paper in this house.
I'm assuming it's in some kind of safe, someplace you would secure important documents.
Yeah. Mr. Butterworth, have you had a chance to tour the house at all? Have you been inside at all? Do you know the layout?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
Bold move purchasing it sight unseen.
Well, I was quite a ways away, but prime location.
I've done that before.
I like Bill's comment, Seattle, nothing has changed.
Except now they'd make it an Airbnb.
But a haunted Airbnb.
But a haunted Airbnb.
So, you open up the iron gate. And head inside. The whole area is completely overgrown. And you're kind of making your way through. There is a number of wild brambles that have grown all over the place. You see green, underripe salmon berries and dead roses everywhere. After the last of you have walked through, a wind kicks up and slams the iron gate closed behind you.
Ha ha ha! I wasn't scared.
I'm sure that's completely innocuous. Let's just go.
Aaron, from your skirt pocket, you hear an unhappy growling sound.
Oh!
Yortz is not pleased by this place.
I'll take him out and give him some pets, and I'll kneel down. Do you want to stay out here? You want to stay with Mr. Butterworth, sorry.
He's Yortz. He looks perplexed.
Right. He gives that goose stare, where it's just like...
That vacant 1,000-yard stare.
Uh-huh.
But then he looks at the house, and he looks like you see the hackles go up on his back.
Why don't you stay here and keep Mr. Butterworth company? And I'll set him down, like, next to...
Is Mr. Butterworth just staying by himself down here?
He had been pacing back and forth in front of the gate.
Oh, so he was staying outside of the gate.
Yeah.
Pardon.
Yeah, he was going to stay here with you guys, but he had no intention of going in that house.
And the street we're on isn't, like, deserted, right? Like...
No, there are some other houses around.
Okay.
There are people in and up and down the street, but there's definitely a wide amount of space between each neighbor here.
Okay.
Like Capitol Hill is well known to have.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Wide space in between your neighbors.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Listener, that's a Seattle joke. You can hear my players laughing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't laugh.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, Yortz tries to begin grooming himself and immediately just topples over.
Typical. On brand.
I don't know if this is going to do anything, but I'm just going to go ahead and call out to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to announce, hello, my name is Julian. You may have heard of me. We are here to help Augustus Peterson. We believe something has wronged you. We are merely here to help.
Julian, didn't Corbitt cheat out Augustus?
Yes, I think it's Corbitt who's haunting things, not Augustus.
Augustus was the one who got cheated.
Correct, but you're announcing that we're here on Augustus's behalf. That might anger the spirit further.
So the spirit, I misunderstood then. So is the spirit is Corbitt.
The spirit is Corbitt. It's the one that cheated, not the one that got cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Pardon. That is my misunderstanding. Okay.
It is so perfect, though, because Julian announcing this, and then the two nerds behind him being like, no, you're just gonna make it mad.
Did I say on behalf of? What I meant was...
We're gonna beat his ass!
And by that I mean, I'm Julian. Sup, bitches?
That is very much in character.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. You're standing outside the house. There is an ominous wind that is blowing through the night. I assume you have gotten out your customary hurricane lantern.
Of course.
What are you all going to do?
Sophie's the one with the hurricane lantern, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, so Lucius will walk up the front steps of the door and open it to let Sophie kind of shine the light in.
I am going to put on my fabulous Elton John sunglasses.
Mm-hmm. Bill, as Lucius goes to pull that door open, it seems stuck. The front door seems to be swollen into the frame. Do you want to try and force it?
Yeah. It worked out well last time I did it.
It has a historical 100% success rate. Give me a force test.
May I assist him with that force test?
Absolutely. Take a +1.
Okay, so that will be...
On the count of 7.
10 dice.
The visual of, like, Julian coming up behind Dr. Jensen and being like, I'm gonna help! And then, like, pointing out, like, wait, don't do it that way! Oh, wait, you're gonna, like, you'll get splinters onto my... If you bust the door, you'll get me dirty.
Hey, the reason that Julian became Swole Julian was because he got trapped by a door.
Mm-hmm.
We are busting this fucker down.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is 2 successes on 10 dice.
Okay. Bill, bustin' makes you feel good. Dr. Jensen has opened a few doors in his day, and so he and Julian, just kind of on the count of 3, boom, hit it with their shoulders and bust that door right open.
I definitely would have kicked, wouldn't have used the shoulder. Sophie is absolutely right about the jacket.
All right, pardon me. The pair of you dramatically kick the door and look like super cool guys.
There we go. Much better.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Thank you for the teamwork. All right. And with that, let's move you into the Corbitt House.
Oh, I see something has changed on Roll20.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah.
As the man says, don't worry about it.
You force open the door, and there is an entry hallway. You can see that there is a couple of doors in this hallway off to your right and your left, and kind of disappears in the darkness beyond the lantern light.
I turned the lights on.
There are no electric lights in this house.
Kind of bullshit is that?
1889.
I say again, what kind of bullshit is that?
Yeah, I will go ahead and I guess I'll come to this door since it appears to be partially open, and just walk up to the door and hold up the lantern.
Great. Sofie kind of moves down the hall a little bit, and beyond some open doors, she sees a living room. It contains a lot of the conventional kind of furnishings that she would expect. A couch, stuffed chairs, and shelves laden with very dusty gewgaws. What strikes her as unusual is the sheer volume of crucifixes, images of the Virgin Mary, and other Catholic artifacts that are all decorating the room. Can I get a vigilance test from you all as you step inside?
Okie dokie. I'm sure there's nothing scary to be seen in here. Maybe we'll notice a family photo or something like that, even though photos aren't really a thing yet.
That is 1 success on 4 dice for Julian.
Okay.
That's 1 success on 6 dice for Sofie.
Okay.
2 successes on 9 dice for Dr. Jensen.
Okay. Bill, that is enough to pass. Phoenix and Aaron, would either of you like to push the roll?
No. I'm saving those for later.
Okay.
I mean, I'd only be rolling 3 more dice, but vigilance tells me something's about to happen to me.
That is true.
Maybe.
I'm relying on Dr. Jensen to protect us.
You know what inspires confidence? That.
Yeah, right?
Oh, good, it's getting better.
You know what? Thank you very much, Aaron, for making the decision for me. So yes, I will push that roll.
Very well.
That is 0 successes on 3 more dice. And Julian will take his usual hopeless as condition.
Great. Excellent.
Oh, I never spot anything. There's never anything good to see. Why aren't we back at the sporting house? There's lots of things to see there.
Why are we even here? This is stupid. We're not gonna find anything.
I wasn't supposed to be here today.
I have a party to go to.
So, the 3 of you are kind of looking in the doorway, kind of checking out this room, eyeing things. Julian takes a moment to look over the furniture and see whether it's plush enough. Sofie is kind of looking at the crosses and crucifixes and seeing if any are interesting artifacts or just usual religious paraphernalia.
Is it in fact a plush enough furniture for my tastes?
You would rate it as like a 3 out of 10. It could be so much comfier. It's also very dusty at the moment. Bill, for just a moment, Dr. Jensen, in the reflection from the lantern that Sofie's carrying, is able to see them on the arm of one of the steel crucifixes. A pair of bright green eyes that are watching him. As soon as you notice it, before you're even able to draw attention to it, they seem to move away and are no longer reflected in that crucifix.
How close is Sofie standing to the front of this?
Within like 5 feet or so.
So Lucius will, if she's holding up the lantern, he will grab her arm and try to direct it up towards what he saw.
Mm-hmm. And light shines back off of this wall of crucifixes. But as you're looking around, you don't see the eyes again.
He will let go of Sophie's hand. Oh, sorry, I think I just saw the glowing green eyes up near the crucifix.
It's odd that it would show up near such items when normally Vossen find religious paraphernalia to be anathema to their very being.
Yeah, and there are dozens of crosses in this room of all kinds of material.
Also, want to throw out the creepy imagery of like going into a dark room with a bunch of objects in it with a lantern and like all the shadows like moving around wildly when you move the light and like the corners like being super dark and everything.
And even better, as you're looking at someone grabbing your arm and yanking it up to be like, look at that!
I mean, I don't know what you saw there, Dr. Jensen, but I don't know if it can possibly be as horrifying as the crime that is. Houndstooth on plaid? What?
Oh, even I object to that.
Have you seen this furniture? Like, oh. Sorry, I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
I give Julian a hanky because I know that he doesn't use his hankies for hanky usage. They're only for decorative purposes.
Is it clean?
It's clean. Of course it's clean. Yort's doesn't go in that pocket.
Apparently you don't use these for their intended purpose either, then.
Do we know how to, like... Can I cast Fairy Fire?
Wrong game.
Wrong game. What? How about just fire? I throw down the lantern. I'm kidding. Just regular fire.
I mean, that's one way to get more light.
Aaron, I've met you. There's always a chance you might not be kidding.
There's always a chance. Is there anything of note or interesting about the specific crucifix that Dr. Jensen pointed out? It's just one of many.
Nothing jumps out. Yeah, it's one of many.
Okay.
There are dozens nailed to the wall.
Okay.
Well, I think we all know what we need to do. Let's split up.
Okay, I'll go to the basement. I'm sure that'll be less...
I'm sure the attic will have no surprises at all.
Right, the basement either.
I love and appreciate you all.
We'll leave Dr. Jensen to check out the main floors that have, windows that...
Yes, why don't you take the knife shed?
He just looks at the both of you, unscrews his flask, starts drinking it as he walks down a hallway.
No. Then I will follow after him.
Yeah.
That's all right. He doesn't have the light. So Sophie just watches the pair of them walk off into the dark, and she's like, okay.
No, she's just like...
Choices were made.
And then she goes after them.
So yeah, this hallway kind of goes down. You're able to see at least one door on your left. And you suspect you can kind of barely see in the light. There are a few more doorways just past the edge of what your lantern lights up.
So my first target would be a study or something like that. My second target would be, if we can't find anything in a study, would be like storage. Mm-hmm. Maybe one of the subsequent owners packed up things that were, not theirs and put them in a corner.
Perhaps like a large chest, as I seem to find in this room.
So as Sophie begins telling her companions, like, all right, here's what we should be looking for, Julian just makes a beeline into the first open door. And inside of what looks to be a storage room, you see a lot of boxes, a lot of kind of miscellaneous junk. You see old rusted water tanks, bicycles that are missing wheels. At the right side of the room is a cupboard, which has been boarded and nailed shut.
Well, now I definitely want to open it up.
Yeah, it seems like something of interest might be in there.
Did I give one of you a crowbar?
Yes,
Hmm.
you did. So yes, I will hand that over to you.
Crowbars are very helpful for breaking things with force and give a +1 bonus.
I guess, yeah, either. So
You're stronger than me. I'm man enough to admit it. I am secure enough in my masculinity, which is not toxic in the least.
Okay.
That's the real strength.
Lucius will go and attempt to pry it open with the crowbar.
Great. Make a force test.
Can I assist by kind of like holding the lantern and trying to get, so he can find a good weak spot?
Yep, I'll give you a +1 bonus on that. And Phoenix could also provide a +1 bonus if you'd like to kind of hold the board steady as you're prying them off and make sure that...
Push the board back in as hard as I can. No.
Yep. Every one you undo, he hammers back in place.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a cartoon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is 12 dice. Okay.
Don't fuck it up.
Okay.
In fact, fellows, he did not fuck it up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Are you counting dice or successes?
6. 6 successes on 10 dice. Or 12 dice.
Holy shit.
My dude, you needed 1. It was just...
Here you go.
Oh, no.
That's -1 success.
I was going to say, you need to take one away for that.
Gross.
Negative inspiration.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Do I need to replace more? I got a couple more over here.
Yeah, I was about to say, you got ones to spare.
Dr. Jensen dismantles the entire house.
You make very quick work of all of these nailed down boards, very easily prying them off of this cupboard. And I'm going to give you something else, because you crushed that roll so entirely. You open up the cabinet, and inside are very old cans of paint, rusted tools, and scraps of broadsheet newsprint. However, because you destroyed that test so thoroughly, you automatically locate something of interest. Sifting through the old yellowed newspapers, you find something hidden underneath them. It appears to be a diary.
Lucius will gently kind of pick it up. He goes, "Oh, look, a book," and just wait for it to get snatched out of his
Before
hand.
you even get to the K in book, it's not there anymore.
Oh, look, a boo!
Who's your boo?
It's Dr. Jensen, armed with a crowbar. So you kind of gather around Sophie's lantern light as she flips through a couple of pages in this. It's very worn. The pages are very brittle and frail. However, it seems to be a personal diary of a W. Corbitt. And it details his various occult experiments, delving into numerology and strange magics. While Sofie isn't able to go through everything, there's a very clear theme that emerges from the text. It is about subjugating Vossen.
Uh-huh. Same as those other cultists at the farm.
Does it say to what end? I mean, I assume there's some power or benefit to be gained from...
It does not.
I mean, Vossen are very powerful. Like, if you could control one, you could do all kinds of stuff. You could wield them against your enemies, or you could protect yourself, or
The elusive man was right.
No, not at all. I'm just saying this is the mindset that people have, when something is powerful, they think, oh, if I could just have control over that, no matter how dangerous it is, then I could make use of it because I'm not going to be, harmed by this. I don't have to worry because I'm real smart.
The elusive man was right.
All right, back on task. You've got a creepy journal. You're in this house. You begin to hear the occasional sound of the creak of the wood, the wind kind of rattling through shutters upstairs.
I'm just going to take out the holy water and just have it in my hand.
Okay.
I'll just keep going and continue looking for a study.
Actually, and Dr. Jensen, you have your flask with you, so you have liquid. You could force them to drink or try to convince them to drink. Sofie, do you have... Oh, you've got pocket cheese. What am I worried about?
I was about to say, come on, of course I have cheese.
All right, so you begin kind of creeping your way down the hallway. There's another door on your left, and you can see what appears to be another one beyond that. Phoenix, is Julian stepping into that room?
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
Oh, no.
Would you roll a d6 for me?
Oh, no. I was getting ready to do it, and then Brian's like, are you going in there? And I was like, no, well, I'm not now. You go ahead.
2.
Okay. This room contains old furniture that might have been broken up to burn in a wood stove. Julian's kind of looking around. He takes a step forward, and with a crack, one of the boards gives way wetly underneath his foot. Can you make a force test for me?
But I'm so petite. Well, that is a grand total of 0 successes on 7 dice.
Ouch.
All right. Your foot kind of plunges through this wet board.
May I push that roll?
Well, it's going to net for you. You're going to suffer a physical condition getting your foot back out.
Okay.
You can push it, but you'd get a physical condition pushing the roll. Phoenix, what physical condition does Julian get?
He gets the flapjacks and flannel condition.
Okay. That will still work like a normal physical condition.
Mm-hmm.
So you will get a -1 on your rolls.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of pull your leg out. Your pant leg is scraped. You've got some scratches running down your ankle. Most tragic of all, you've got a tear in your sock. Fucking haunted houses.
Fucking haunted houses.
All right, so Julian pulls his leg out, kind of shakes his foot off.
Are there any spiders on him? Roll for spiders.
Nope, no spiders.
No
He's
spiders.
spider-free. What are you guys going to do next?
I pour the holy water on one of Sophie's books.
I thought you were going to say I splashed the holy water on Sofie to drive her out of the house.
So real quick, while we're in here, just looking at the Roll20 map, that looks like another like box or something.
That is some old broken up furniture. It looks like maybe it once was a table or a chair, but it's been kind of pried and pulled apart and is just being used as firewood at this point.
Okay.
As you head down the hall, you see there's another door off to your left, and there's also a door to your right. Finally, at the end of the hall, you see some stairs.
I'm going to the right.
Okay. Popping into the right, you step into a kitchen.
Julian's second favorite place.
It's a simple kitchen with an icebox, a wood-fed stove, and an oven, and a meager larder. Some of the food stuff might have been edible, although it's mostly been picked over by rats, judging from the droppings left behind.
Oh, boy.
I hold the hanky up to my nose so I don't get hantavirus.
Now, listener, you can't see it, but my players are moving all over the map suddenly. Aaron, is Sofie kind of ducking out to go check out that previous room?
Yeah, because to her, I mean, she sees this dining room and a kitchen, and she doesn't really think that what we are looking for is going to be in here.
Okay.
Also, I'm kind of assuming that the guys have each have a candle or something by this point, because I can't be the only person who has any light. If I am
right now, you are the only person who has any light.
Oh, okay, just kidding. I'll stay back here then.
I mean, I'll if Sophie's gonna go take a look, I'll follow.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
the
want
one
to
with
leave
the light, so
I won't leave Julian in there in the dark suddenly.
Could I, Brian?
Mm-hmm.
Could I take that that furniture that has been broken up for firewood and create a makeshift torch?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Dr. Jensen, I'm going to need to borrow your whiskey. I only need a little bit just to get it started.
he gives you an incredulous look, digs in his bag, and pulls out a different bottle of whiskey.
This is the utility whiskey, and this is the drinking whiskey.
Here, you can have this rubbing alcohol. I wasn't going to drink it anyway.
It was the sterilizing whiskey.
Yeah.
So yeah, Julian is able to find a little bit of kind of spare wood in here, wrap some of the gross upholstery around,
So gross.
and create a basic torch for himself. And there's a few candles here and there that Dr. Jensen could grab if he wanted to. Like, they won't provide much light, but enough to see by. Aaron, as Sofie steps into that side room that she was looking into,
Mm-hmm.
this looks like it was once a mudroom. There's a set of hooks that are screwed into the wall and a number of hats, overcoats, galoshes, and umbrellas that are hanging off of them. You see there are several bags of coal for a freestanding stove here. There's also a side door that would go out of the house. However, it is secured with 3 bolts and 2 locks,
Interesting.
all on the inside.
As opposed to bolts being on the outside?
Well, given that it's an abandoned house at this point. Additionally, can you roll a d6 for me?
You bet I can. I knew that was coming.
Actually, before you do that, can I get all of you to roll a d66?
No joy.
Or, pardon me, just you.
Joe.
Listen.
Now I feel lonely and targeted.
Well, I have to double check my notes. So you roll a d66.
I got a 41 or a 14 if that's better.
Whatever number you rolled first is the tens place.
Well, I rolled them at the same time, but 41 is really
Okay.
how they landed.
Roll that d6 for me.
That was a 3.
Okay. Oh, this is perfect.
Oh my god.
Couldn't ask for more.
That does not bode well.
So Sofie is kind of looking around this room. She's holding out her lantern as she kind of leans forward. And since you're the one who brought it up earlier, you bump into a large spider web. And then, as you're kind of stepping back, pulling these cobwebs off your face, you see hundreds of small spiders climbing down them. Can I get a fear test?
Brian.
Sorry, she's not home right now. She's walking into spider webs.
Was this on the list?
It's okay.
If it's on the list, I will have removed that. I had missed it.
It should be on the list. If it's not on the list, I'm pretty sure it's on the list.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Like, if they're just there, it's fine. Are they going to get on me?
No.
Okay, then we can go ahead. Okay, make a fear test. What the fuck am I doing?
And also, before you roll that, before you tell me the result of that roll,
Yes.
an important question for Dr. Lucius Jensen. Are you in the hall? Are you in this room with Sofie, or are you still in the kitchen with Julian?
So my intention was to be essentially in the doorway, trying to keep an eye on Sofie and keep an ear out on Julian as he's rummaging around the kitchen.
Okay, so kind of in between the two.
A little bit, yes.
Okay. So in that case, you are not in the same zone as Sofie, so you do not provide a bonus.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I did get 1 success.
Okay.
1 success on 5 dice.
That is enough. So Sofie kind of pulls these cobwebs away, quickly backs away, and you see those spiders kind of clinging to them, and just and kind of blow at those cobwebs, pushing them away from you.
She backs out and bumps into Dr. Jensen and just like gently elbows him to get him to move and keeps backing and then just shuts the door. She's like, it's not in there. It's not in there. Let's keep going.
That was not the study.
Julian, is there anything else you're doing in the kitchen?
I was going to check inside of the, sometimes people are weird and they leave things in the strangest places. I want to check the refrigerator.
Okay.
Or the icebox.
You open up the icebox. There is a pretty rank smell that comes out of it.
I do not doubt that.
There is a lot of food that has gone to seed, let's say, in there. But you don't see anything of interest or value.
Okay.
Then I guess we move on towards the stairs.
Yeah.
Phoenix, as the two of them are starting to look at these stairs down the hall, you hear a light creaking sound coming from the dining room. It almost sounded like someone moving across floorboards.
I will call out to my chums. Think I heard something over there, and I'm going to kind of take a peek towards the dining room.
Mm-hmm.
The holy water kind of clutched in one hand.
Holy water in one hand, torch in the other.
Mm-hmm.
Julian pokes his head into the dining room. We're going to say that Sofie and Dr. Jensen were kind of at the stairs looking over there, so I'll give you guys what you see in just a moment. It's a simple dining room, complete with a long cedar table, built-in sideboard, and 7 chairs. 3 places are set and unused, and you see scraps of a rice soup that rot in a tureen at the center of the table. As you're looking, you hear that kind of squeak again of like a board being stepped on from somewhere further in the room.
Well, YOLO.
Do you call your allies to come investigate with you, or do you step inside?
I already called out to them.
Yeah,
so...
he already called us.
I was going to give them just a moment.
I have already called out to them, so yes, I will just go ahead on in.
Okay. Dr. Jensen and Sofie, there are 2 sets of stairs. One set of stairs goes up and kind of winds around, heading to the 2nd floor. And unusually, there's a set of stairs that go down. Now, basements are very uncommon at this time, especially near the waterfront. But you suspect, due to how steep this hillside is, there was some room to actually build downwards. Looking down those dark stairs, Sofie holds up her lantern and is able to see a door with numerous padlocks on it. As you're looking down these stairs and looking at the upstairs, you hear Julian call for you.
Think I heard something over there.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to go check on Julian for sure, but take note of the cellar and we'll come back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd want to make sure Julian's okay.
Okay. Can I get an observation test from the 2 of you?
Sure.
Aaron, take a +2 bonus on this.
Okay.
Fantastic.
I know this is one of your strengths, Bill.
I was going to say, this. Why didn't I get an observation test?
So close, but no cigar.
No successes?
No successes on 2 dice. 2 5s, but yeah.
2 successes on 9 dice.
Okay. Aaron, you start to turn to see what Julian was calling out for, and you watch Dr. Jensen kind of wander down the hall.
I grab his jacket, his inside-out jacket, and yoink him. Because without even... I mean, all of us, it's not just Sofie, we've seen some shit. So when somebody does something that seems out of character or doesn't make sense in the situation, I feel like our first thought is, Boston got him. So I'll try to grab him and pull him, either shake him, out of it, or like pull him back towards me.
You see, now my first instinct is either Sofie saw a book or Dr. Jensen saw a bottle.
Or a body. It could have been either.
It could have been either.
Bill, did Dr. Jensen turn his coat inside out?
I forgot to say that at the beginning, so...
Okay, I didn't think you did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Dr. Jensen turned to start going down the hallway towards Julian. He can't find the door.
Okay.
Like, there's just a straight wooden wall there.
Do I see Sofie? Or is it just... Am I just in a hallway by myself?
You're just in a hallway by yourself.
Ugh.
And then out of nowhere, hands begin to grab at you.
Oh. I literally just said I was gonna grab him, and you said that, and for a split second, I was like, oh shit.
The hands start dragging you back into a dark corner, Bill.
Yeah, I would fight it. I'm not getting dragged into the house further. I need to find my friends.
You may both make a force check.
Oh, great. This is...
But don't tell me the results just yet.
Oh my god, this is gonna be so stupid. Okay. If I roll so good and Bill rolls really bad, we might break even.
There's a chance. That's why dice happen. Phoenix. Julian steps into this dining room. You call to your friends and you hear them down the hall. And again, you hear this little squeak coming from one of the floorboards, and you look down. And suddenly, you see something bubbling up. You stare a little bit closer, and this brackish red liquid begins to pool upwards and out of the floor. Julian suddenly feels something dripping onto his head from above and looks up to see blood dropping down on him from the ceiling.
Gross.
The room is suddenly pouring with blood. Can I get a fear test?
Uh-huh.
Wait, is the room really pouring with blood for Julian? Because he didn't make a test. What the fuck is going on? Oh my god.
That is 2 successes on 10 dice.
Okay. You've got that holy water in hand, a torch in the other. You're kind of waving it as this blood begins to fall from the ceiling. You reach into your side and grab and clutch at this Bible. Maybe thinking about some of the words that you read in there. Maybe. It's still comforting to have. You might throw it at somebody at some point. And then perhaps even more disturbing, you watch all of that blood ooze away, sinking down into the floorboards, or in some cases, pulling back up into the ceiling. The room is completely dry, except for the soak of gore that's on you.
And here I thought it was going to be anger spren.
And Aaron and Bill, what did you guys get on your force tests?
I got 1 success on 5 dice, so good for me.
Bill's still calculating.
Yeah, I was really hoping Bill would pull a Bill and roll no successes, but doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
That's 0 successes on 9 dice.
Are you kidding me?
Okay. Bill, you don't know how it's happening, but you're pulled into the wall.
Oh my god!
And suddenly you find yourself in the kitchen with Sofie.
What the hell just happened?
Well,
So you said I am now covered in gore?
Mm-hmm.
So I turn around, dripping with goo. I don't know, but it's not good.
And the two of you see a blood-drenched Julian.
what the shit?
So Julian, I'm assuming, steps out of that dining room.
Yeah, he dabs at his face with Sophie's handkerchief and hangs it back to her.
I just walk away.
There's that empathetic friend of mine.
Julian, what the hell happened to you?
I don't know. I walked into the dining room. Blood was dripping everywhere. But now it's gone. It's seeped into the floorboards. It went up into the ceiling. Everywhere it went away, except for me.
You know, Julian, I once ate some mushrooms that had sort of a similar effect, but I'm sure that's
You
not
ate
what they
mushrooms
put
that
here.
covered you in blood?
No, just the psychological experience of blood
Sophie,
dripping.
does this look psychological?
No, but that's my point. My point is that it's interesting that Dr. Jensen seemed to have experienced, I don't know what exactly, I just know he sort of wandered off and then didn't want to be retrieved.
The hallway was just a hallway. The door disappeared, and something grabbed me from behind. I didn't realize it was you until I was here.
Well, yours was a purely psychological effect, while I was unaffected. But somehow, what happened to Julian, though there's no remnant of it in the house, clearly was a physical effect because it's still there upon him. Which means the ghost could stab us, is what I'm trying to say. We should hurry.
I wipe some more gore off of my face and am trying to hold in the vomit. But I look over to Dr. Jensen as Sofie is describing this, and my hands are kind of bloody. I try to wipe them off, and it just gets more blood on my hands. So I initially reach out to Dr. Jensen to flip his jacket.
Embrace him as per usual.
Well, that too. No, but I'm going to like take his jacket off, and then I'm like, yeah, no, I'm covered in blood, and I'm just like, Doctor, the jacket.
Oh,
I think something was messing with your head. I would have rather they had only messed with my head. No, I don't. Everything's terrible.
Right. He'll promptly take off his jacket and turn it inside out.
Mm-hmm.
It somehow looks more frayed now than it did before.
It is actually exceptionally uncomfortable for him, given that this is a padded jacket
Oh, yeah.
that has some blocking and armor on it.
Mhm.
So it's very awkward now.
I was going to say earlier that Sofie was pretty uncomfortable because she had one of those jackets that has like the leather elbows, you know? It's more of like kind of a
Professor
utility
jacket.
professor jacket kind of thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to turn it inside out, and now it's all like stiff and not bending the right way. And
My jacket was the very picture of supple silk, and now it is supple silk and blood.
but
Now it's supple sodden.
Do you have any other garments in your violin case that you could change out, perhaps?
I always have my elegant disguise along with me. I don't know if I want to get that bloody next.
No, that's very true. Ugh.
I might suggest I think Julian is right. We might need to hurry.
That was Sofie, but Your point stands.
You don't need to keep taking credit, Julian. I already acknowledged you said it first.
No, that was...
I'm so confused.
You know what? Yes, of course it was.
Of course it was Julian. Can I ask first, before we head upstairs, Lucius, can you tell anything about the blood by checking what's on Julian? Is it actually blood? Is it just water that's some other innocuous liquid? Is it human blood? Is it animal blood? Would you be able to tell that by sight or smell or anything?
I go up to Julian and just take one long wipe, rub it between my fingers. Does it feel like sticking to like blood?
It feels kind of tacky between your fingers,
Oh,
like blood that is starting to coagulate.
Oh, so nasty.
And it's got that copper penny smell to it.
Okay.
Is there a sink in the kitchen, Brian?
There is.
I am going to try to at least wash up a bit.
There is some very old water at the sink. Julian attempts to run it, but the pipes make a loud grinding noise.
Oh.
But at the very least, there are some dishes that had some now very stale water in them.
Yeah, no, I don't think I'd be doing... No.
Maybe dip in the hanky to at least get some of the stuff off your face and hands.
Ugh.
Gross.
Okay. Off we go to experience more psychological trauma.
Hey, it's role-playing games.
So do we want to head upstairs, or are you being drawn to the locked basement?
There are many locks, which suggests there was something that maybe they wanted to keep in down there. I'm not sure. While it is tempting to discover what's down there, I would say it is unlikely that the deed we're looking for is in a locked basement. Right?
I mean, wouldn't you want to secure it?
Yes, but many people have lived here since then. Surely the old man the original owner didn't put his things in a locked basement and then put 6 locks on it and then die and no one else has touched it since. I mean, I feel like these were probably put here by people who were hearing horrible noises and things and thinking that they could confine some sort of evil to the basement, some subsequent residents.
Well,
I don't know.
The way that the door to the basement is positioned, Brian, would it be leading basically to like underneath the dining room where, to my knowledge, all of the blood disappeared into?
Probably underneath the kitchen more than the dining room, but there might be some overlap.
Okay. I will point that out, but I'm not particularly excited to go find a room full of blood.
Yeah, okay, so now I extra don't want to go in there.
Well, of course, it also came from upstairs as well. So
everything here is gross.
Everything here is awful.
So are you heading upstairs or downstairs?
I will defer to you guys. You go ahead and decide.
I'm going to vote downstairs. Let's see what's behind door number 1.
As you guys go to open the door downstairs, I just run upstairs. I'm like, fuck this. No, I'm kidding. I don't really do that.
And Julian, are you thinking that downstairs is the best plan or upstairs?
Agreed. Yeah, no, we're already here.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what's really happening, listeners. Phoenix and Bill are being kind enough to fall for the GM's trap of another encounter, which I appreciate. I get it.
What? I would never. Bill. Dr. Jensen makes his way down a couple of stairs, and they end in a heavy door. There are 3 heavy-duty modern locks on it, each of which would require a key. You could try and open it with your crowbar, but it will take some work. You might be able to pick the lock if you had lockpicks, but that would require a stealth test.
I have neither lockpicks nor particularly good stealth.
But I hear you've got force.
It's worked so far.
Mm-hmm.
It has.
Yeah, do that 6 again, man.
Make a force test.
All right.
Before he rolls, may I ask, if he were to try to break the locks one at a time, would it be any easier for him?
That is in effect what he is going to have to do.
Okay.
This is a door that we can't just bust open?
Yeah. So you are looking at big, heavy-duty padlocks.
Right, but the door
one
itself.
after another. And it's a heavy-duty door on top of that.
Oh, okay.
Like, it looks much better shaped than everything else you're seeing here.
Interesting.
All right, so one last thing, Bill. You will not be able to get the assistance from your allies here, because there's not enough room for them to kind of get around and be able to help on this door.
Yeah, I figured. So I have 10 dice.
7 successes.
Yeah, can't he use like one of his 6 successes over on this door?
Nope.
I only have 2 successes on 10 dice.
All right, well, 2 successes is going to be enough.
Yay!
So it takes Dr. Jensen a little bit, but with a pop, 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 he's able to break each of these locks and forces open this door. And Sofie holds up the lantern behind him, and you're able to see down a rickety set of stairs what looks like water. And emerging from this basement is an overwhelming smell of ammonia.
Stinking waters.
But we'll find out what's down there next time.
Oh my god.
Told you we wouldn't finish tonight, Brian.
Thank you all so much for joining me as always, and I cannot wait until next time. We will probably finish this mystery then.
You keep shooting yourself in the foot.
I mean, you might be like, oh no, the basement's gross. We're going to go upstairs instead.
Right? It's stanky down here. Let's go.
All right, but we'll find out what happens then. Thank you all so much for playing, and I cannot wait until our next session. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Spirits and Monsters of Old Seattle. Our theme song is Myths and Legends by Robert Bruckmeyer and is playing right now. Our episode music is from the incredible Andreas Lundstrom's RPG soundtracks, and you can hear more of his work on the Sweden Rolls podcast. Our editor is Hannah Cheney. If you've enjoyed the show, it would mean the world to all of us if you could share it with a friend, or an acquaintance, a stranger, even an enemy. We're not super picky. However, it is the single best way to help us get new listeners and continue to grow. If you've really enjoyed the show and you want to let the world know just how much, we're launching a storefront where you can buy some cool gear and a Patreon. You'll find the links in our show notes. We'll be looking forward to sharing more stories of the Vossen in the Pacific Northwest. But until then, remember the motto of the library. Fear gives way to knowledge. Knowledge gives way to wisdom. And wisdom gives way to the truth. Until next time.